This is Georgia Clark. It's October 4th and I'm doing Unit 324, Content Marketing 3.4. So I will be analysing the analytics of a website. So looking at the summary on this page, you can see that there's a total hits of almost 30,500 between the date range. And you can see that the total hits is here, but the visitor hits, which is people coming to the site, is 29,191. But then spider hits are hits that have come from search engines such as Google or Bing as they're mapping out and indexing your site. You can see that they've gained an average amount of almost 4,500 average hits per day, and that's an 8.1 hit per visitor, which means that the average visitor is visiting your website 8.18 times per day. So you can see that the total page views is 4,435. You can see they're averaging 633 pages per day, and that's 1.24 per visitor. So you can see the total visitors is 3,570, and they're visiting an average of 510 pages per day. And a total unique IP address. IP address is from a computer. So if you log into your computer at work, then your home computer, they'll both have different IP addresses. And you can see that that's 2,932. So if you then go to the activity statistics, you can look at day by day or month by month of people visiting your site. So you can see here that they on the 12th. On the 12th, on the 9th of the 12th, they've gone down from the 8th, so then you can see that it constantly rises until the 13th to the 14th, where it kind of evens out a little bit. You can see the same for the hits, that it's a steady increase other than from the 12th. And then you can break that down by hour, so you can see that between 7 and 11, you're seeing the highest hits or activity by hour, and you can see that on the hour 20, which is 8 o'clock, they are having the lowest amount of visitors to the site. You can look by day of week, so you can see that Friday is always their best performing day, and that Saturday and Sunday are much lower than weekdays. This can be broken down further by break this down further by week on week. So you can see that this week, the second week, has had much greater hits and views and visitors than the first week. So you can see on the graph that week on week it increased by like almost 1,000% from 3,000 here to almost 30,000 here. If you go to this one, you can see which the pages are doing the best. So the slash would be the home page, and you can see that that's got the highest amount of visitors. Even if a customer doesn't come in, say they come in through a Google search ad, they might not come through straight to the home page. They'll probably come through to a product page, but it's likely that they'll end up in the home page at some point. Then you can next see the order page is doing the next highest, which is really helpful to know, because you know that site must be producing a lot of activity. You can also see the support page is gaining lots of visitors. This could mean that if you've got steps to download or steps to complete a task on the website, it might be unclear on how you're doing that, because many people are visiting the support page in order to gain further insight on how to complete the task. You can also see the download page is doing quite well. You can see that it's got a large increase between the 8th and the 10th, and then you can see that it continues to grow further through the week. You can also see that bounces. You can see that a lot of people are bouncing off of your website. You can see that that's increasing over time as well. So that might mean that you need to improve how your homepage works or add other aspects to make. So as soon as a bounce rate is a percentage of people who click off straight away from visiting your site. So if you can see that you've got a high bounce rate, it means that you're likely to your homepage could be boring, or it could need new content. It could be refreshed. So you need to, in order to improve that bounce rate, you would have to add something to your site. You can see that not many people are bouncing from the order page. So once they get through to the order page, you know they are likely to actually order or purchase a product. You can see the exit pages that lots of people are leaving from the home page, but not as many people are leaving from the order page. You can see that by top exit pages here, and you can see that the what's new page is doing particularly well because not many people are exiting from that site. Pages per visitor, so you can see that the average person is that most people are visiting one page when they click onto your website. The green line will show the amount of people who bounce because they didn't visit any web pages, and you can see that hardly any people visit more than 5 web pages on the website. So then you can see that the majority of the traffic coming to your website is from the United States, but you can see this is broken down here on the pie chart, and then this is the daily active, and this is the most active countries. Then you can see that France and Germany also have, and the United Kingdom also have a large section, and they've got relatively similar chart lines. And then you can see the other here, which includes loads of other countries that are listed below, will then make up a percentage of that, will then make up a percentage of the most active countries. And then you can see that Tampa in Florida is driving the most hits and visitors to the site. And then you can also see that Houston in Texas is driving lots of hits, but they're a decreased amount of visitors, which means more people are returning to the site. You can see that. You can see that Key West in Florida is driving as many people to the site as there are people that are returning. So you can see that there were 6 of each. So there were six hits and 6 visitors. There was no returning. So then referrers. These are sites that have your URL on their website somewhere. So if they then click on that, it comes through to your site. So you can see that 3D2F is driving the most referral traffic to your site. If you look on search engines, you can see that Google is producing the most amount of traffic to the site, and then that live search, Yahoo, MSN and Ask Jeeves are driving a small amount, like a very small percentage. You can see that MSN and Ask Jeeves have actually only drove 1 visit to the site, whereas Google drove 880. And then you can see that people are searching for the site. They're literally just searching for the name of the company rather than searching for individual or less relevant keywords. They're searching for the most relevant ones possible. You can see that SmartSync is driving the most visitors to the site, and you can see that this increases and then it drops on the 12th, it drops from the 11th to the 12th, then it continues to increase and drops again. So day by day, it must change quite a lot. See the browsers. You can see that Internet Explorer is driving the majority of the traffic, and that Firefox is driving the second amount. Because this is quite old, we're probably likely to see a very large increase in Google Chrome now rather than Google Desktop, because this is quite an old set of data. So you can see that the total percentage of visitors coming from Internet Explorer was 61%, and that the second biggest was 24%. And then device types, you can see that everyone's coming from desktop. There's no mobile. There was no mobile option at the time. Yep, so that's the same as that. You can see that the people who came through on desktop all came from one of these ones. The majority are coming from Windows XP, which was a massive 66.75%, and that Windows Vista, which was another popular one at the time, has only got 12%. You can see that there's a large increase in people that are hitting 404 pages, which are pages that aren't found in the site. You can see that on the 11th there was a lot of people that was trying to visit a 503 page, which is a service unavailable, and then a small percentage of people were trying to find a forbidden page. And then, yep, so overall you can see that